What's going on, guys? Jurassic here. Today we're playing Oxygen First Breath. This is a beta for the upcoming game Oxygen. If you guys are a fan of city builders, where basically you have to build up your civilization to fight against the environment, this is the game for you. Let's go and hop into the game. We played through the tutorial, so we learned the basics already for you guys. And at the very end of the video, just so you guys know, there is going to be an intro to the game. It has like a small trailer. We're going to place it at the ending of the video just in case you guys wanted to see the start of the game immediately. So let's go and hop into here. We'll name it just Jag, for example. We'll keep everything normal. Number of settlers, we'll start with 16 and see what happens. And let's just hop into it. Alright, so let's go ahead and pause this for the first day. Alright, so now that the game's paused, we can sort of do a short breakdown of everything. So underneath the housing tree, we got the container houses, going to be the shelter for everybody. For food, we got the canteen, which you need everyone to sit down and eat together. Fishing dock's going to be supplying the food. Resources, we got storage, which automatically comes with one storage unit for free. We got a water purifier, which is going to allow us to extract water from the ground. Workshops, we can't do anything yet until we build the research center. So the technology, here's the research center, submarine dock. You can go out exploring down the river, for example. Community, medical post, that's going to be essential in case some of our members do decide to start getting sick and dying off. Decoration, this is just going to be for fun. And tree, we can't really do much about. So to start off, let's go and start with a water purifier. You'll notice there's going to be a green outline when you're able to place it. And if you click R or E, it's going to rotate it around. You can see that it's placed backwards right now. So you want the arrows to face outwards. So we'll place this guy down. That's going to start that. And to close out the build, all you gotta do is right click. Now we got the water purifier. It is in pause mode right now though, so it's giving us plenty of time to think about it and explain everything as we go. Food, let's go and get the fishing dock. We can actually place this guy right next to each other. So we'll place him down as well. And now let's come over here to our metro station. This is basically where we're going to send our workforce. So if you click on them, you can see that we got 14 starting villagers. So we're going to have a couple workers in each of these different objective posts. That'll be 2, 2, and 2. They're going to slowly get that over time. You want to have some extra construction force left over to be able to supply your buildings. So people who aren't actually doing anything, they're going to start on the construction. As soon as they get material, they're going to automatically hop into it. We do get a couple base resources to start out with, so that's good to go. And let's work on the housing, since typically you want to make sure your people are able to be housed before they actually need medical attention. We'll place these houses down here like so. Each house is going to be about 4, so we're going to need several different houses around here. We'll place all these guys down here like so. That should get everybody up and running. Food, let's get one person on food. At the very top here, you can see production and consumption rates. Now, you are going to actually need a canteen for people to eat, so let's go ahead and slap down a canteen. And the next one is going to be the medical post. Once you get down the essentials, we'll be able to start working on things like the research tree, for example. So got all that up and running. We do want to make sure we're having somebody on the water source. So right here at the top, you can see all of our civilizations basically happy. A whole bunch of people are homeless right now, so we're working on that. We are going to need a couple more houses, but we wanted to make sure we got the main essentials built before we worried about the rest. So we only need one more house. It looks like there's going to be a crater blown up in a couple days there, so we don't necessarily want to build too close to that. Let's do a container house. Let's just sort of branch off a little bit down like this way, for example. So now everyone should have at least a house and have a small chance to work around some stuff and things. So there's going to be 4 people homeless right now. We'll be able to build this up, and then next thing is going to be the medical post, and then we'll work on the research trees. So let's speed this up. You can have it basically fast game speed. If you play in this the entire time, you're going to go through your consumption rate so bad that it's going to be super hard for it. The game's going to update, so now you know that we need another fisherman. Now everybody is going to be working together, so water is going to be even right now, so we don't need anybody else on water. Canteen, we do need a couple people down here working for that. And let's go ahead and slap down a medical building. So that'd be underneath the community tab. Let's put the hospital over next to the houses just in case they got a small walk. We got a cool building over here that we can scavenge. We can't really do anything much with that, so we got all these housings up and running. That's going to be the main food sources that we need to survive. Research is going to be working towards that. We got all of our housing relatively decently set. We got 14% professions right now and 2 young kids, since you got the housing now that you're able to get some babies. Now, if you click on your main generator, you can turn on all the oxygen supplies in all the different buildings around here. So that's basically going to be your coal. You want to make sure you have plenty of coal in order to supply your energy to everywhere around here. Right now, we're only producing 9. So let's go and crank this up quite high. It'll take a couple seconds for it to fully update. Hopefully, we're able to get enough full consumption going on here to boost up our supply chain. It does take a little bit to update fully. We're producing about 12. Alright, so let's pause that down. So we got medical post just needs to be built. So let's slap down a research center while that's going on. So let's do technology research center. We'll place this kind of next to the medical facility, and this is basically going to be like our main office area. So got that up and running. Trees, we can chop down a tree if we need it. So down here, if you guys are curious, let's just pause this fully. These are going to be your different days that are coming up. So just like a game like Frostpunk, if you guys have played that game, it's going to show you what the next day is going to be in store for you. Now there's going to be fissures that pop up all around the world. These are going to cause damage to your buildings until you learn how to research them. Unfortunately, we're not able to do much. So if one pops up next to any of our buildings, they're going to get destroyed, and we have a couple days to repair them. Let's go and go back into fast consumption. We're good to go. All these regular things just need a couple extra people to come down around here. We should have a couple people. Let's see here too. How's our water production? We need a lot more water. How about the food? All right, so food and water is definitely going to be a main issue here. So let's grab one off the metal and one off the stone. Put them for food and water. That's going to basically be the best that we can do for that. We need more people around here. So the workforce, let's drop one workforce there. That way we can start the construction of the buildings. It is going to be nighttime, so you're going to build a little bit slower. Right now, everybody should be able to survive in the cold. We got fishing docks. Let's go into fast forward mode. Get past this day since it's going to be a little bit rough in the cold. Workforce is going to slowly finish up these buildings here. The medical post is going to be essential to keeping people alive. So we want to make sure that's up and running, and then we'll be able to slow it down. So as you guys can see, the construction time for this guy is super long. Still waiting around here. You need to make sure you have all the material in order for your workforce to work. So we got 11 out of 20. It looks like most people are happy around here. Now you do have a settlement confidence down here at the bottom here. So people, looks like the confidence is a little bit low. We got buildings that are happy though. That's performed. So there is some stuff that we still need to do. Looks like people aren't exactly the most confident in us. I mean, that says 32 out of 80, so that's not horrible. There we go. Medical post is now up and running. Let's put one person on the medical post. That's going to be essential to making sure people are able to survive. Let's just go into regular play mode. So can't really do much with that. We just need more population down here. Well, that's cool. So the different speeds, you can actually see the different production versus consumption rates. So, I mean, we got everybody inside the coal. Coal is being produced. It's just we're having a very hard time of actually compensating for that. So the research building is going to be essential. We do want to make sure. Let's get over here and start working on it. Ooh, that's going to destroy our medical post. You're no longer assigned to that. You can go home, buddy. Alright, so let's go full speed. That's going to blow up our medical post. I can't really do anything about that. I haven't found out how to stop those yet. So we can dismantle the building oxygen sufficiency. This is basically going to be a breakdown overview. So all of our houses have plenty of oxygen. Right now, we could flip on a generator to supply the houses or the workforce buildings with oxygen, but they can just head back to their house and always refill their tanks on their own. So they don't necessarily need us to hold their hands like that. So we got everybody for resources already. Technology still needs to be built. We still need to have a medic, but at the moment that's going to get destroyed. So we're not going to focus on that too much. People can be fed in the canteen, so we don't need to worry about that either. So let's just close out of the oxygen thing. We're doing pretty good so far. Stay 4. That building's going to get destroyed soon. So our research center is almost up and running, in which case now we can assign a couple workers to that. So this is going to generate 5 over time. It does take a little bit longer. We can't do anything to speed it up. Productivity is a little bit low. Water force, yeah. So water, it looks like we are producing more than we're consuming right now at this pace. So we might go ahead and just drop you down to 1, stick you on research, move you around. We have a new task. Upcoming tasks will automatically be declined in 6 hours.
Dock so that new people can join us by using it.
Alright, so let's accept the quest. Head over here to the buildings. So we want a submarine dock, and we're going to need to place it somewhere next to the water. Alright, so to build the submarine dock from the oxygen center, you want to head over here next to this little bridge here. So let's go into the buildings, click on the submarine, rotate this guy all the way around so the arrows are facing our buildings, and get kind of close to the water. You'll notice it turns green. We can slap that bad boy down, and that's going to start its construction. So research center is going to be slowly working towards that. We do only have 14 people right now. The submarine is going to be able to bring more people inside of our population. So it's another essential building. So let's go and speed this up a little bit. Now, if we head over to the buildings, the next thing that's going to be essential is we do need to make sure that we're able to make a canning station. So that's going to be the next thing that we research, because that's basically going to be to make canned food in order for our submarine teams to be able to eat while they're going across the map. We do need to produce some plastic as well. So that's also going to be part of the research center. So we do want to make sure we're getting that up and running. We're going to split up our resources a little bit more even. So the coal is going to be dropped down a little bit. That way we have metal and stone workers. We do only have 14 people right now. We want to make sure that we're working to the maximum potential as possible right now. Our food consumption, everything should be relatively easy since it's nighttime. So we don't necessarily need to have anybody work for. So you guys can go home. Food production is good to go. That'll help us build the buildings a little bit quicker. So let's go in full speed mode real quick. Get this guy up and running as fast as possible here. Now, one thing we can do during the nighttime is have it so we got a full workforce. That way we can have everybody down that way. Have one fisherman. That should be good. So we still only have 14 population right now. The submarine dock's going to be built here in a second. And we also need to go into the research tree and be able to start working towards some of this other stuff and things. So right now we only have 50. Over time, you're going to slowly be able to get to more and more resource tokens, which then you can use in these trees to build new things. At the start of the game, you're able to build a signal tower, a coal mine, metalworks, which is going to be the breakdown of everything, gas extractors, plant house, which is going to be the kitchen, tomato seeds, and shelter, apartment, duplex, and regular shelter. Alright, so this deal should be being built. There we go. So it's got all the materials. It just needs more workers. We should be able to build this in plenty of time. That's going to get our confidence up some. We got some gear points, plastic points, and metal rewards. So that's good to go. And let's see here. For our research center right now, we got 25 total that we're generating per cycle here. So that's pretty good. We got 30 right now. We're going to need, I think, at least 150 before we're actually able to start doing stuff and things. But the submarine dock should be built relatively quickly. So we got everything in fast forward mode right now. How's our canteen doing? We still got one worker, so that's good to go. We still got 14 people and 2 babies, so in time we'll eventually have back up to 16 population. That's good to go. We do need to eventually have another housing once more people get in here, but we don't need to worry about that just quite yet. So submarine, basically they're going to be ready to go. Eventually we'll be able to explore around some. Plastic production is going to be something that we're going to be able to need to research though. So we're sort of stuck right now. We can't really do too much. Let's go into pause mode real quick and look around. So our game plan now is going to be to save up to get 120 points in order to get a signal tower up and running, in which case our submarines will be able to go and acquire more people, and then we'll be able to start building things a little bit quicker. Uniforms, things like that might bring a little bit more happiness to people, but we do still need to figure out a way to produce plastic as well though. Alright, so the only way for us to get any plastic at all is going to be to get a Taylor station up and running. We got our research centers working as fast as they can right now, 45. We're going to need to have 100 in order just to get any of that. So that's going to be super hard for our guys to get that in time. We only got 45 right now. Research tokens is basically maxed out. We could decide to go with more research, have multiple research centers up and running. So that's going to be the only way I can think to produce it quicker. Because we already have 3 people working in it, and it's just not producing it fast enough for us. For our liking, at least. So we'll place down another one. This is just a beta after all, so we can at least test and see what happens with that. Right now, we seem to be relatively sustaining with 14 adults and 2 children. I don't think we have too many people that aren't doing much. Yeah, we only got 1 person right now working construction. Everybody else is sort of off doing their own thing. We got 1 person water purifier. trees we don't necessarily have anybody on. That building's going to need to eventually be repaired here later on, but we're not necessarily too worried about that. Unfortunately, I'm just not going to have enough research stuff to produce your plastics, so we're going to lose some confidence here. In the beginning, we were sort of ignoring these tasks, and it looks like they're going to be essential to actually progress in the game, so we definitely want to make sure that we're paying attention to those a little bit more.
Let's build a decoration.
Decoration. I can do decorations. Produce metal, build a star. Alright, so boom, buildings, decoration. We'll build some happiness. There's a star. Produce metal. That's nice and easy. I like that one. The other task, probably going to fail that. We got some people working in the metal industry though, right? Yeah, 2 people. That should be good to go. Coal. I mean, we got 500 right now. Our consumption's still horrible. Not really much we can do about that until we got our research up and running, which unfortunately is going to be taking a little bit of extra time here. If I turn off the oxygen in like the houses during the day, I wonder if that would work better for us. Right now it's nighttime, 2200. Well, as soon as the typical day would start, let's go and shut the oxygen supply off to the houses. Ooh, we got some new people here. Hold on. So let's see, that would be under the housing. Container house. Let's place one more house down. We sort of branched off a little bit that way. Let's come back around over here. Boom, place down a new house. Welcome our new guests. And that's going to be a little bit more people in the research trees. So let's pause the game real quick. So we got that house building. That'll be 4. So it's not necessarily all that we need right now. Since all the research that we can do, possibly metals being built, tasks. I don't think we're going to be able to do the plastic. That's going to expire in a day. Yeah, so we're going to lose out that one. That's all right. We tried our best. We are going to eventually need to get that building up and repaired. So we'll get the housing situation focused on. That way they're able to sleep. That is going to leave one person without a house. Our housing situation does not look like it's the best line. We're going to, unfortunately, miss the deadline. Task failed. Your performance score will drop. All right. Well, we did our best. We were a little bit under short circumstances. Once we have more population, we'll be able to do things a little bit better. It's going to slap that down. We are missing some metal. So that's going to be our storage capacity is basically all ran out. Looks like we do actually have some uniforms already, so that's pretty cool. So we got one person homeless right now. That's going to slow it down a little bit. Our confidence should be up as soon as we get the metal up and produced. So that'd be you guys. Oh, we could do more people everywhere, basically. So that's going to be maxing out. Looks like we can't send anybody else into the coal mines. The metro station, looks like we're going to be needing more of those. Let's go into fast forward here. So we got 19 adults, 2 babies. That still needs half a day to be able to do anything. No workers assigned, so we need to have one person off. Let's see, let's do less stone. You'll get over here to start building. Less metal. That should build things a little bit quicker. Get that house up and running. That person will be able to stay alive a little bit better. Okay, so hold on. Unlock coal mine, build coal mine, produce coal, build medical post. I wonder if repair medical post works. All right, so research center. I feel like the signal tower has got to be more essential though, right? I mean, that's only 30. And the signal tower, we don't have enough for that yet, but that's going to be the next one. So we researched the coal mine, so that's going to be found under the resource tab. Coal mine, boom. Coal mine, boom, and we have to place it on a specific coal mine themselves. So let's go and slap that guy down. It's going to be built here in a second. I mean, coal's going to be an essential thing. I'm wondering if that has to be faster than this deal. That's why it was taking so long. So we'll get a couple extra builders on that, and we'll move everybody over to the coal mine and see if that produces our energy faster. So we are at 373 right now. It is morning, so we are going to shut off the oxygen supply once that gets done. This guy is going to be constructed, that way he has a house. So it's 4 o'clock right now. We'll give people till 7 o'clock to breathe their oxygen, and then we're shutting everybody off. And then hopefully they'll survive. If not, we just killed everybody. But I think that's going to work out a little bit better for us because we're just 351 is just not enough. I think that's off. People? Alright, so we're happy with that. We got our population up. Our exploration, we haven't done much. Buildings, task performs 5 out of 20. Trees, we do need to get rid of some trees too. To build the coal mine, we're working on that. He's going to be built in a second. Produce coal, build a medical post. I'm wondering if repair medical posts would work the same or if I would need to build like a totally different one. I guess if anything, I can always dismantle it. So click repair. Looks like it's going to need all those supplies. I think that's going to work for us. So let's go and fast forward real quick. See if that actually counts for that. It's going to be producing coal right now. So hold on. So we want you. How many people do we have? So we got 2 construction workers. I think the coal is going to be the most essential building though, but we do want to make sure we got medical supplies up and running. And that is just going to be a complete guess. So we'll leave that alone for now. Let's take one off of the stone, move it over here towards the coal. And that should be good. So that's going to be built as soon as it gets done. I don't think we actually turned off any of the oxygen supplies. I tried to do it. But it looks like the houses are still getting oxygen. Yeah, it's always on, if not paused. Oh. So I manually click pause on each of the houses? Alright, so we got our plastics, all that's good to go. Boom, stick one worker inside the medical post. That's a good thing to know, repairing something actually does work. So they wanted us to prepare for the winds. We somewhat did.
Build some
New
more
task.
gas extractors to generate and store more energy.
Seems like a good plan. Ooh, water is a very essential thing right now. Alright, so food, we definitely need to... I didn't even pay attention to that. Water, let's get you up and running. Have maximum water, that's going to be the only way to compensate for that. And maybe even have an additional one in the canteen. Now that we got plenty of research stuff with 2 of these guys going on, I think that'll give us some time. We got a gas generator that we're going to need to do. That would be the gas extractors. Research you. And let's do the signal tower. That'll leave us with 25. Canning station is what we're going to want next. It looks like this is not going to be locked in this version, so we can't actually explore with the submarine, so that's good to know. Build the extractors, so would that be under the resource tab, just like his fellow coal mine was not? So under technology, we got gas extractors. We need to find a proper place to place this guy on down. Oh, so they place on top of the explosions that are about to happen, the little fissure deals. That's interesting. So we got one up here. We got one all the way over there. We can't do anything with these guys. Those are just fires, so it needs the main blast radius. Huh. All right, so that's a 0 out of 5. So we got those 2 down. Looks like that's all we can build for now, so we're just going to ignore the rest of that. And let's see, buildings, signal tower. We'll have this guy like rotated around here like so, because it looks cool. Place that on down here, that's going to be built. So we got 19 adults, 2 babies. Wind is coming in 1.5 days. I think water is going to be a huge issue, and so is energy consumption. I mean, we're trying to get as much coal as possible here. I'm wondering, like, so this is 3 coal per second. So we take everybody off of that and move it over to our coal mine. That's 5. So these guys are working way better than everything else anyways. So leave all these guys over here to work. Productivity. We're ready. Click on play. Let that do its own deal here. So we got fire ants with the gas extractor. Let's see here. Oh, we actually need workforce. Ah. We grab one guy off of that research center. Basically just made that building completely worthless since we had to pull everybody off. This guy does not have the metal planks, so we built the signal tower a little bit too early, so we can't compensate for that. Looks like we can scavenge some stuff around the areas though, and that might be the best thing that we can do for some of our guys here. Am I able just to like click on you? Yeah, so I can start working on the canned fish here. That'll give us some food for expeditions, metal planks, and coal. We just need to speed it up. Once the water situation gets solved, I think I'll be a little bit more in a better place right now. We are producing lots more water now. Basically, we had a huge boom in population, and our food and water supplies got a little bit out of hand. All right, so it's now the next day. Our extractors. We need plastic, so that means we have to have the Taylor station. So hold on, so let's pause this. Do we have the Taylor station? I don't think we actually researched that one. Yeah, so we haven't unlocked the Taylor station yet. So let's back out of that. We only have 35 for you. We have to have that deal, or else we're not going to be able to get the plastic, so we can't build the gas extractors, which means we are going to fail that task. So that kind of stinks. This guy, we're missing the metal planks, which we can grab from the buildings over here. So we got canned food and metal planks basically everywhere. So let's see. Do we have anybody available? So we got one person in the mines. We got food, water, technology. Everybody is basically doing what they can do right now. So we're just going to go in full speed. Hopefully the water situation gets solved here. Everybody's got housing at least. So that's going to be the main deal here. There's no upcoming submarines, so that's going to be what delivers the most population growth to us. I am worried about the water right now. I guess we built another water station that would work, or researching a better water solution is going to be our main deal here. So the water distillation probably would work much better. Or even the water well. We know that some stuff isn't available for us right now. We got metal planks and scavenging stuff that we could do right here. Yeah, we just need to have more population once again. So the wind is coming in 0.2 days. We got water. We're now producing 36 water, 30 consumption, still 19 adults, 2 babies. We're looking pretty good so far. It looks like we are going to fail that task down there. We can't really do too much about that. We do need to have a couple more people on our research area so we can do that. We have a new submarine incoming. 3 people will join us. Looks like that's going to give us a big boost right now. So we're on day 13. We got low energy right now. We can't. Total consumption 14. Yeah, so we're just going to be running out of coal right now. All right, come on, submarine. We need you. So let's turn everybody off of research and go into the coal mines. This is going to be the only way to compensate. So we got you over there. Fish. Water, pull you off, go for the coal. We are running like horribly low. Food, boom. And we died from a lack of oxygen. Alright guys, well that's going to be it for today. If you guys enjoyed, make sure you like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. This is definitely a fun game. I messed up a little bit in the beginning there without doing the task, but I would definitely check this game out again if you guys enjoyed it.
Do you know how likely a nuclear war was to happen in 2022? I wasn't even born, but I've heard from my grandpa that it almost happened. A horrific scenario where nuclear weapons cause radioactive fallout, collapsing our civilization and making the Earth uninhabitable. It never happened. Because a natural disaster hit us. Have you ever heard about large igneous provinces? These are volcanoes that don't explode, but huge cracks open in the Earth's crust and lava just starts bubbling out, oozing across the landscape and releasing tons of toxic gases. The most dangerous thing about an igneous province is that it can keep up the oozing for centuries. With the wind effect, these toxic gases spread all over the world and change the atmospheric composition. One of these magmatic gases reduced the oxygen level in the air. Sadly, there's only little oxygen left in the world. Before it's too late for humanity, the oxygen center is invented. It generates oxygen by electrolysis of underground water, and the required electricity is generated by using coal. but you should be slowly moving away from coal towards sustainable sources of energy. This is the only hope for us. You should immediately find and warmly welcome everyone who survived around the globe. Now it's your time, but don't worry, I'll be your guide along your journey.